Yes, mate. Recently did a video review of this car, which I love, Jaguar XJ. People ask me what common problems they had with them. There's not many, but I'm going to show you one today. It's to do with the speakers and rattling. Sorry about the state of it. She's an absolute mess today because I've been on a 350-mile road trip in the last couple of days in it. But basically, you get a knocking noise when you're listening to the stereo. I've recently done a video on putting Android Auto in this car, CarPlay, etc. Go and check that out if you haven't seen it. But what I find is that after a while, this has happened to all cars. You get a kind of rattling noise from down here, and this door too. I did this door. It's the same problem on all of them. I think it's a common problem on the cars. Again, these cars don't have that many common problems, but this is a common thing, even though it's a simple fix. So you'll get a rattle noise coming from it. It does actually sound like it's up here, but it's not. This is your kind of your bass woofer. It's that speaker that goes on the majority of them after they age. After about 10 years old, they kind of delaminate. So you might think it's trim that's rattling, something like that, but it's not. It's actually the speaker. Now, some people, they regularly put them on the forums and groups like that, and some people just say, oh yeah, you need to replace the speaker, and next thing you know, you're ended up replacing all the speakers in the car because you don't want to have them. But it's an easy fix, so I'm going to kind of show you today how to do that. As I say, I did that one last year. This one started doing it. Took me about an hour, that one. I'm going to see if I can do this in about half the time. Now I know what I need in doing, but hopefully this video helps. So yeah, I'm going to start by first taking off this door card, and we're actually going to glue the speaker, which sounds kind of janky, but it works. And that one's been fine for the last year, and as I say, I've been cranking it a bit with this new system, and I think it's time to do that one. So yeah, let me show you how to do that. Okay, first things first, you want to remove all the junk that your missus accumulates in the door handles. Get all rid of that, obviously. Then you got this piece here. This one's quite easy. You got to pull it from the back here and then slide it this way, and this whole thing will come off. You can buy these on eBay. So this car originally had a kind of walnut effect ones, which I wasn't too keen on. There's a carbon fiber ones you can pick up from time to time on eBay and places like that. That was a $2.5 grand upgrade when you bought the car new. I picked that up for 200 quid for the full set, so that's for that all going wrapping around the dash and on all four doors. So yeah, if you want to upgrade your XJ, that's a nice little update. For thank you to the gods of depreciation. So yeah, once that's off, you're going to take this off. It's a 10mm bolt, looks like. You're going to pop this off. So by here there's a little cap. I'll show you that just pops off, and there's a screw underneath there. You're going to take that Torx bolt out. Underneath here you can see here, I'll show you that's what's going to come off here, revealing a screw. So that's kind of sat on like that. You peel it down from there and push. That comes out here, and it shows you another one. I'll show you that. There's another screw underneath there. Hope you can see that. There you go. And there's one more tucked behind this kind of door panel up there. You can see it, that bit in that shadow bit. There's another piece in there. So you're going to take all of those off, and that door card then pops straight off. I'll show you that now. Okay, with them out, you just simply pull the door card. It's quite tight on there because obviously it's connected in by these poppers. But just kind of get your fingers around it, pop it out, and off she comes. You'll have to disconnect this the door cable, which is here. That just obviously slots in there for your door. It will drop. This connector was stuck up here, but it will drop, and you can kind of dangle it down there just while you get it. So this is the speaker that's at fault. It's going to do 4 Torx screws on here and take that out. But yeah, it's pretty easy. Those are the 4 that came out. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice and easy. These 2 are probably the hardest, which are underneath the handle. Just a bit awkward to get to, but if you sit on the floor and kind of go up, that's probably the easiest way. So yeah, let's get our speaker out. 2 seconds later, that's out. You obviously disconnect this connection to it. That's the only connection, and this is the back of the speaker. So that's what she looks like when she's out. All you've got is this bit here. You see that there? If I put my finger underneath it, you can see that bit delaminated. So all it's a case of doing is gluing that back on. I'll show you how I'm going to do that. I'm going to use a hot glue gun. Some people use like even bathroom sealant. You basically just don't want that flapping about. So that's all you've got to do is glue that back down there, reseal it, put everything back. So I'll show you that now. And using this thing here, which is like a cheap pound shop hot glue gun. You can use that. You can use bathroom silicone. You don't want to really use super glue, but you can see where I've glued it there. It doesn't have to be tidy, but I've lifted it up glued underneath on the actual rim, stuck it back down, and then put another bead of glue along the top. You don't want to use super glue or Gorilla Glue or something like that, because you need it to be a bit flexible, because obviously that will move in and out. You don't want it firm so that you're more likely to actually damage this, but you can be quite rough with it. It doesn't have to be tidy, but that now isn't moving anywhere. So it's a case of just putting it back. Everything we've just done in reverse. One thing to watch out for is if there's any things like this. So this is the clips that go on the door. You can see them there. Sometimes they get stuck in. So that one gets stuck. That one was stuck in. I just got some pliers, pulled it out, and what I'll do, you can see it, the missing on the bottom one there. It's got one there and then one missing. Just slot that in, and then when you go to push it into the door, obviously you're just going to kind of bang around it to make sure they're all sat in. Yeah, let's try that now. And that's it, all back together. If you never refitted a door card before, pop it on the top first. I tend to hook it over on the top, push it down gently, make sure the lines pop up, and then literally bang it all around. Goes in nice and easy. You can take it off many times if you want. Just watch out for those little clips, those little white clips that might get stuck in there. But yeah, she's gone back in there, all okay. Bits of trim back on there, Mrs. Rubbish back in there. Tested it, it's perfect again. It's gone from sounding like a 14-year-old car, which obviously this is, with like kind of blown speakers, to sounding absolutely perfect again. So for zero cost, just a bit of glue from the glue gun. And if this video's helped you, then you can give me a subscribe. That's your cost for me helping you out. And that's it. You don't need to replace speakers. This is the Bowers and Wilkins. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier on in the video. It's the Bowers and Wilkins system on this one, but I think the Meridian ones do it the same. Yeah, I've heard that it's always these that go, well, both of mine went. These are the ones that are common, but I have heard stories of these going as well. But it would be very much the same process. Just take the door card off, re-glue it. Obviously, you've got ones in the rear as well. But yeah, she's back to sounding her best again. So yeah, thanks for watching, and again, thank you to any of you that subscribe to my channel. It always helps doing stuff like this. I got a few more little videos. There's not many common problems with this car, but I'll do little videos of things I've done. There's a coolant outlet I did on that a couple of weeks ago. I should have taken a video of it, but I'll do a video showing you what to do. Again, another cheap fix. Little things on this car. There's not much. The inlet manifolds on them sometimes go. I'll try and do a video on that as well. But yeah, give me a subscribe, and I can kind of talk you all through those. Hopefully save you a few pounds running this lovely car for pennies on the road. Thank you. Yeah.